Hello, my name is Jennifer, and what I'm about to share with you is nothing short of miraculous, a revelation that forever altered my understanding of existence. It all began on what seemed like an ordinary morning, a day that promised nothing more than routine comfort and simple pleasures. I awoke on March 3rd, 2024, greeted by the soft chime of my alarm and the gentle light filtering through my curtains. I made myself a hot cup of coffee, savoring the aroma as I sat in quiet reflection with my faithful golden retriever, Max. His warm, expressive eyes and gentle nuzzle made me feel that the world was indeed a place of unconditional love. That morning, as I stepped out with Max for our usual walk, I marveled at how every detail, the crisp air, the chirp of birds, even the distant hum of early traffic, spoke of a life filled with promise. I strolled down the familiar streets, feeling connected not only to the earth beneath my feet, but to something greater, something that hinted at a profound spiritual realm. I laughed at the little quirks of the neighborhood and exchanged smiles with passers-by, completely unaware that fate was about to rewrite the very essence of my existence. In a flash, the normalcy was shattered. As I drove to work later that morning, a truck barreled through a red light, its massive form colliding with my car. In that split second, as metal crumpled and glass scattered, time itself seemed to slow down. I distinctly remember the sensation of my heart pounding in my ears, the overwhelming pressure that made it feel as if my very soul was detaching from my body, a consciousness projection into realms unknown. It was then that I experienced what can only be described as a near-death experience. Floating above the chaos of twisted metal and shattered routine, I found myself enveloped in an astonishing stillness. The cacophony of the accident faded into a profound silence that resonated with an energy beyond words. Instead of terror, I felt an overwhelming peace, a sense of calm that washed over me like the gentle tide of unconditional love. In that moment, I realized that my body was no longer my anchor in this world, and I was free to drift into a new, mysterious dimension of being. As I hovered there, suspended between life and death, my eyes, if one could still call them that, caught sight of an ethereal glow in the distance. It was a mesmerizing light at the end of the tunnel, beckoning me forward with a promise of solace and revelation. The glow wasn't harsh or blinding. Rather, it pulsed with a warm radiance, as if it were alive and full of compassion. With every ounce of my being, I was drawn closer to this luminous passage, feeling as though I was being guided by a force far greater than my own understanding. In that transcendent moment, the environment around me transformed into something otherworldly. I found myself immersed in a spiritual realm where the usual confines of time and space no longer applied. Colors danced in harmony, and an indescribable energy filled the expanse, wrapping me in a comforting embrace. It was as if every burden, every ounce of sorrow and pain I had ever carried was being gently lifted away by a benevolent power. I sensed that this experience was not merely a brush with death, but an invitation to witness life after death, a glimpse into the eternal truth that our souls are destined for so much more. Before we delve deeper into the revelations that changed my life, I need to ask you something vital. If you believe in the transformative power of faith and the promise of eternal redemption, please subscribe to this channel. Many watch these stories, yet only a few take the step to truly join our community of seekers. By subscribing and turning on notifications, you ensure that you never miss a life-altering message. Messages that could illuminate your path and guide you towards salvation. This isn't just another video. It's a call to awaken your soul and embrace the divine truth that awaits beyond our mortal struggles. Stay with me as we explore the mysteries of the spiritual realm, the significance of that sacred mark, and the ultimate message of unconditional love and redemption through Jesus Christ. I couldn't help but marvel at the surreal nature of it all, a state where my consciousness projection revealed a reality steeped in mystery and wonder. The sensation was both exhilarating and humbling, leaving me with an unshakable feeling that I was on the cusp of understanding a divine secret. In that moment, surrounded by the glow of what could only be described as a beacon of divine hope, I felt the profound stirrings of unconditional love and a promise of redemption that transcended the mortal coil. Max, my loyal companion, remained etched in my thoughts throughout this journey, a silent reminder of the love and companionship that had defined my life. Even as I floated in that surreal state, I could almost feel his presence, urging me to hold on to the beauty of the world I was leaving behind, even if only for a moment. As I moved closer to that mesmerizing light at the end of the tunnel, I felt as though I were stepping into an entirely new existence, a realm that defied the limitations of earthly perception. My near-death experience had transformed into a surreal journey where every sensation was amplified and every detail held a sacred significance. I found myself drifting into a spiritual realm that shimmered with hues beyond any color I'd ever known, each shade resonating with the promise of eternal life after death. The transition was unlike anything I could have imagined. It was as if my consciousness projection had detached completely from the physical world, leaving behind the chaos of the accident and entering a state of pure, transcendent awareness. In this ethereal space, I was surrounded by an ambiance of absolute peace, a sensation that filled me with unconditional love. It felt like a gentle embrace from a divine presence, assuring me that everything was as it should be. Before me, a vast landscape unfolded, a sanctuary where boundaries of time and space no longer existed. Amidst this heavenly vista, a flurry of movement caught my eye. At first, it seemed like dancing shadows, but as I focused, I realized they were living beings. There were dogs, cats, and even exotic creatures I had never seen before, each one glowing with a radiant inner light. They moved with purpose and grace, their eyes shining with an awareness that transcended human understanding. In the midst of this celestial assembly, Max appeared, vibrant, youthful, and full of boundless energy. His presence stirred a deep, familiar warmth within me, and I recognized that our bond was far more profound than I had ever understood. Max's arrival was a poignant reminder that the love between pets and their owners is eternal. As he trotted toward me with an infectious joy, I felt my heart swell with gratitude for the moments we had shared in life, the quiet companionship, the silent support during times of despair, and the unwavering loyalty that had carried me through my darkest hours. It became abundantly clear that these creatures were not mere accidents of nature. They were messengers of divine love, sent to heal and comfort us in ways that words cannot capture. And then, as if summoned by the intensity of my realization, a presence emerged behind me, a figure whose radiance outshone even the brilliant light of the tunnel. I turned slowly and saw him, Jesus. His form was both majestic and tender, exuding a warmth that melted away every fear and doubt. I did not hear his voice in the conventional sense. Instead, his words resonated deep within my soul, each syllable a revelation of grace and wisdom. In that moment, I remembered the words of John 14:6. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. His silent yet profound affirmation reinforced the idea that my journey was not an end, but a transformative passage to a higher existence. Jesus spoke to me of a hidden truth, a truth that had been woven into the fabric of creation from the very beginning. He revealed that animals, like Max, have always been an integral part of God's divine plan. They are not simply companions, but bearers of unconditional love and healing energy. He explained that every comforting nuzzle, every joyful bark, and every silent gaze of understanding was imbued with a spiritual purpose. Pets, he said, absorb the burdens of our sorrow, heal our wounds with their mere presence, and guide us toward a deeper understanding of life after death. I listened, mesmerized, as Jesus painted a picture of a cosmic web connecting every living soul. He showed me how the bonds between humans and animals are threads of divine light, some glowing brightly with affection, others dimmed by neglect or pain. This revelation struck me deeply. Our treatment of these beloved creatures is not trivial, but of profound spiritual consequence. Their presence serves as a constant reminder that every act of kindness or cruelty leaves an indelible mark on the tapestry of our souls. In that extraordinary realm, I also witnessed the heartbreaking reality for those animals who had suffered neglect and abuse. Their luminous energy was marred by shadows of sorrow, a silent testimony to lives that had been marred by human indifference. Yet, even in their pain, there was a glimmer of hope. Jesus assured me that every soul, animal or human, has the opportunity for redemption, that every act of compassion restores the divine balance between heaven and earth. This overwhelming vision of life after death, where consciousness projection unveils a network of luminous connections, left me with a renewed sense of purpose. I realized that my journey was far from over. It was merely a prelude to a greater mission. I was chosen to carry this testimony back to the world of the living, to remind everyone of the sanctity of every creature and the eternal light of unconditional love that binds us all. With every step I took deeper into that realm, I felt the gentle pull of destiny guiding me toward an even more profound understanding of what it truly means to live and to love. In the next phase of my journey, as I drifted further into the unknown, I was suddenly enveloped by an overwhelming sense of introspection, a vivid, soul-stirring life review that unfolded before my eyes. It felt as though I had been granted a divine, almost cinematic glimpse into every fragment of my existence. One moment I was floating in that tranquil spiritual realm, and the next I found myself witnessing my life played out like a tapestry woven with moments of sheer joy and piercing sorrow. Every memory, no matter how fleeting, surfaced with an intensity that was both humbling and heart-wrenching. I saw the countless small gestures of kindness I had shared with others, the gentle moments when Max had comforted me during times of distress, and the silent yet profound way he communicated unconditional love without uttering a single word. Simultaneously, darker recollections emerged, times when my actions, however unintentional, had contributed to pain or neglect. It was as if the universe was laying bare the true measure of my soul, inviting me to confront every nuance of my humanity. In this reflective state, my consciousness projection revealed a startling truth. Every act, whether brimming with compassion or shadowed by regret, was interlinked by a luminous web of cause and effect. I could see delicate threads of energy, each one a vibrant reminder of the divine connections between us all. Some threads shone brilliantly, signifying acts of love and redemption, while others were dim and fragmented, representing moments of neglect or indifference. It became clear that the light at the end of the tunnel wasn't just a beacon guiding me through this mysterious passage. It was the very essence of the unconditional love that God pours into every soul. As the life review unfolded, I encountered scenes that transcended human understanding, a powerful vision of souls reunited with their cherished pets. I watched with tears in my heart as a woman knelt beside her loyal canine companion, embraced in a reunion so pure that it defied explanation. The sheer joy radiating from that moment spoke volumes about the eternal nature of the bond between humans and animals. In that transcendent space, it was evident that pets are not mere bystanders in our earthly lives. They are divine messengers, entrusted with the task of healing and guiding us through the storms of life. Their presence, as I now understood, carried the promise of life after death, a hope that shines even in our darkest hours. The intensity of the life review left me feeling both exposed and embraced by a profound mercy. Amidst the cascade of memories, I sensed the ever-compassionate presence of Jesus, whose silent reassurance cut through the tumult like a beacon of clarity. His words, reverberating through the corridors of my soul, reminded me of the infinite mercy and justice that define the divine. He revealed that every moment in my life, whether filled with unbridled joy or laden with sorrow, was a step toward redemption, a journey marked by the transformative power of unconditional love. I recalled the comforting words of John 14:6, which had earlier resonated with me. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. This promise echoed through the life review, reinforcing the idea that our earthly experiences, even those marred by mistakes, are opportunities to draw nearer to the divine. Yet the vision was not solely introspective. It expanded to show the painful consequences of cruelty and neglect, images of animals whose radiant souls had been dimmed by human indifference. I witnessed scenes of forlorn creatures, abandoned and suffering in a realm shadowed by neglect. Their luminous essence, marred by the weight of abandonment, served as a stark reminder that the way we treat those who depend on us, be they humans or our animal companions, carries profound spiritual implications. Jesus' silent compassion for these lost souls underscored an immutable truth. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, strengthens the fabric of our collective spirit. In the midst of this divine panorama, I realized that every interaction, every choice had woven me into a vast network of energy, a cosmic tapestry where our lives were interlinked by radiant threads. These threads connected us to one another and to the eternal wellspring of life after death. They shone with the vibrancy of unconditional love, drawing together hearts separated by time and space. It was here that the significance of our everyday actions became starkly clear. By nurturing love and compassion, we contribute to a luminous chain that binds all creation together. Overwhelmed, yet uplifted, I sensed that this life review was not meant to condemn, but to awaken, a call to embrace repentance, to cherish every moment of love, and to honor the divine presence in every living being. As I continued to float in this extraordinary state, I realized that my near-death experience had not only opened my eyes to the delicate interplay between our choices and the spiritual realm, but also ignited within me a renewed determination. I was being prepared to return to the physical world with a profound mission, to share this transformative testimony, to remind others that every encounter with unconditional love, every brush with the divine, carries the promise of eternal life. As the life review began to fade into a soft, lingering glow, I felt an irresistible pull guiding me back, a gentle tug on my soul that whispered it wasn't my time to remain in that serene, otherworldly space. In an instant, the ethereal panorama started to dissolve, and I sensed a profound shift. My consciousness projection, which had soared free amidst the spiritual realm, was now being drawn back toward the physical plane. The light at the end of the tunnel, that brilliant, pulsating beacon of unconditional love, began to merge with fragments of my earthly memories. I felt as though I were being wrapped in a cocoon of divine grace, every fiber of my being resonating with the promise of life after death, yet urging me to return and carry the sacred message I had received. I remember a sudden surge of warmth, like the embrace of a long-lost friend, as I was gently ushered back into my body. The sensation was both startling and comforting. One moment, I was suspended in a realm where time and pain ceased to exist, and the next, I felt the familiar weight of my physical form. I opened my eyes to a ceiling bathed in soft light, the sterile white of the hospital room now imbued with a transcendent glow. Max lay beside me, his eyes conveying an understanding that went beyond mere animal instinct, a silent reassurance that our bond was not bound by the mortal coil, but was eternal. In that moment of awakening, I recalled the divine words of Jesus from earlier, resonating within me like a sacred mantra: "I am the way, the truth, and the life." Those words, echoing from John 14:6, reminded me that my near-death experience was not an end, but a powerful beginning, a calling to share the profound revelations about the spiritual significance of every living creature. I knew then that my return was laden with a divine mission, to illuminate the hearts of those still bound by earthly worries, to reveal that every pet, every creature, carries a piece of God's unconditional love and has a purpose in the intricate tapestry of our lives. The memories of the life review stayed with me as I struggled to sit up, each recollection a vivid reminder of the cosmic web that connects souls in the afterlife. I recalled the radiant threads linking every act of kindness and every moment of neglect, threads that wove together the stories of humans and their beloved companions. It was as if the universe had laid out a map of love and responsibility, urging us to treat every creature with reverence and care. The vision of animals glowing with divine radiance, their eyes shining with an inner light that spoke of a destiny beyond this mortal life, stirred in me a deep conviction. Pets are not merely companions. They are messengers, divine emissaries sent to absorb our grief, to heal our wounds, and to guide us gently toward redemption. As I lay there, my heart was alight with a newfound passion for the sacred duty entrusted to me. I began to see my everyday interactions in a new light. Every shared smile with Max, every tender pat on his head, was a reminder of the eternal bond between us. The hospital room, once a place of sterile recovery, transformed in my mind into a sanctuary where the miraculous union of earthly life and the spiritual realm was palpable. I felt compelled to deepen my connection with God through fervent prayer and to seek solace in the sacraments of confession and the Eucharist, knowing that these acts were not just rituals, but powerful channels of divine mercy and grace. The memory of Jesus' gentle yet commanding presence reinforced my determination. His silent words had challenged me to recognize that every life, every bond, and every moment of compassion is a divine spark, a testament to the truth that our existence transcends the fleeting boundaries of mortality. I recalled the scenes of reunions in that heavenly vision, souls embracing their long-lost animal friends, bathed in a glow that defied earthly sorrow. The very idea that even in death, the love shared with our pets endures, filled me with awe and a renewed commitment to treat all creatures with the dignity they deserve. In those precious moments of recovery, as I lay between worlds, the spiritual significance of my experience became crystal clear. The near-death experience had not been a random brush with fate, but a divine intervention, a call to awaken to the reality that every moment is infused with the possibility of redemption, every act of love a step toward eternal unity with God. I realized that by embracing the lessons of the spiritual realm, by cherishing the unconditional love that binds us to our pets and to each other, we become co-creators in a tapestry of light that spans both life and the hereafter. Now, as I sit here with Max still by my side, I am driven by an unshakable conviction to share this testimony and to remind every soul that the love we extend to our animal companions is a reflection of God's infinite mercy. Each encounter, each act of kindness, is a beacon that guides us through the darkest of nights toward the luminous promise of a new beginning. As I embraced my return to the physical world, the lingering impressions of my near-death experience continued to guide every fiber of my being. Lying in that hospital bed with Max faithfully by my side, I felt as though I had been reborn, not merely given another chance at life, but entrusted with a sacred mission. The divine light at the end of the tunnel, which had once beckoned me into an unearthly realm, now served as a constant reminder of the promise of life after death. That radiant glow had unveiled a truth that transcended the boundaries of human understanding. Every moment we share, every act of kindness we extend, contributes to an eternal tapestry of unconditional love. I spent the following days in a state of profound reflection, each heartbeat echoing the lessons I had absorbed during my extraordinary journey. The vivid images of a spiritual realm where souls danced in luminous harmony and animals glowed with celestial radiance burned brightly in my memory. I recalled how, in that surreal state of consciousness projection, I witnessed a majestic reunion between humans and their beloved pets. I saw friends reunited with long-lost companions and the tearful joy of souls healed through divine mercy. Every image resonated with the powerful truth that our earthly bonds persist beyond the veil of death. This understanding was not meant for me alone. It was a calling to share this message with everyone I encountered. Determined to honor the revelation that Jesus had imparted to me, I resolved to integrate the sacred wisdom of my experience into every aspect of my life. I began to approach each day with renewed gratitude and compassion, understanding that even the smallest gestures, an encouraging word, a simple smile, a gentle pat on the head for a pet, were imbued with divine significance. My interactions with Max, once seen as ordinary moments, were now transformed into sacred exchanges of unconditional love. I found myself praying with greater intensity, seeking solace in the sacraments and inviting others to explore the depth of their own faith. The memories of that transcendent life review, with its luminous threads connecting every soul, reinforced my commitment to live in a way that honored both the spiritual and the tangible. I soon realized that my testimony was not just a personal journey, but a message for a world in desperate need of hope and redemption. In every conversation I had, I spoke of that incredible light at the end of the tunnel, a symbol of the divine presence that awaits us all. I explained that our near-death experiences, however fleeting, offer us a glimpse into a reality where unconditional love reigns supreme and where every creature, especially our cherished pets, plays a vital role in God's eternal plan. I recounted how Jesus revealed that the bonds we forge on earth extend into the spiritual realm, serving as a bridge between the temporal and the everlasting. With each retelling, I saw eyes light up with wonder and hearts soften with a dawning realization that there is more to life than what meets the eye. Now, as I stand before you sharing this testimony, I feel an overwhelming call to action, a deep urging to embrace the divine connections that enrich our lives. The story I have told is not meant to be confined to the realms of the extraordinary. It is a living reminder that every soul has the capacity to experience a profound transformation. Whether through a near-death experience or the gentle, everyday miracles of existence, we are all invited to witness the truth of life after death and to let our consciousness projection guide us towards a greater understanding of unconditional love. Let us remember that our pets, the silent messengers of hope and healing, remind us daily that love transcends the limits of the physical world. They are living symbols of the promise that, in the spiritual realm, every act of compassion and every sincere prayer we offer is a step toward eternal redemption. Thank you for joining me on this deeply personal journey, a journey of revelation, renewal, and the rediscovery of faith. Remember, the light at the end of the tunnel is not just a metaphor. It is the living embodiment of God's promise to us all. Our existence is a continuous dance between the seen and unseen, where every moment is a divine invitation to embrace the eternal beauty of unconditional love. As I now carry this testimony forward, I invite you to open your hearts, nurture your faith, and share the light of your own experiences with others. In doing so, we all contribute to a world where hope, healing, and divine grace are ever present, guiding us towards a future filled with boundless spiritual wonder.